Hey everyone, it's Austin, and today I am bringing you my Warrior TG deck profile. This is a deck that I've been having a lot of fun with recently, and I actually built this while in quarantine. So I haven't tried this out at locals yet, but I have played this a lot online, and it's really enjoyable. Synchro spam, decks like that. I love them. I love synchro decks, and this is definitely no exception. I find that there's different ways of building TG. Like there's the pure, there's the warrior build, and now recently from Stardust Yu-Gi-Oh, there is the Mermail Diva TG build. Basically, the synergy with that is that where is he? Serpent is a sea serpent. See right here, sea serpent. So yeah, synergy with Deep Sea Diva, and Diva is a one card Halka Fibrax, and stuff gets rolling from there. I'm playing what I feel like is the current best build of TG because of how much draw power is in there, and Neo Space Connector being like a one card I sold, and it's also a pretty budget alternative because needle fiber is still kind of pricey in this deck. Needle fiber is really important, and it's pretty much necessary in the pure TG build, but in the warrior build I feel like you can get away without it, because Isolde pretty much does the same thing while starting your engine. I'll explain more of that while when we get into the deck profile. Speaking of that, let's get right in. So the first monster, kind of like the one card combo, so to say, is Neo Space Connector and the Aqua Dolphin. This is the one card Isolde, which then summons out the TG Striker and then goes into your TG Trident Launcher. Really important, gotta play him. Then we also have Junk Forward, which is kind of buddy-buddy with this package right here. So he serves as not only Isolde fodder, but he's another level 3 to use with Striker to go into level 5, which does come up a fair amount. So that's it for the Warrior package. Nothing else very special over there. Next we got the TG monsters, which is pretty hefty. We got TG Screw Serpent. This guy is the best TG main deck monster we have to date. He's a level 4 tuner, works good with the non-tuners and even the tuners of the deck because of Tank Rub being able to treat itself as a non-tuner with him. So good. Mixed combos. Then we go on to probably the most well-aged TG is TG Warwolf. This guy came out in the first wave of TG support, and he's still really good. Still played at 3, still very crucial to this deck's win condition and this deck's big boards. So you gotta run him at 3. And he's easy to special summon too. Then we got the level 1s, we got TG Booster Raptor. This guy is very needed. In Pure I was running a Miscellaneousaurus with it, which you could do this in here, but I don't know. Maybe I'll consider it. I'm just not very keen on it in the warrior build. But he's always a clutch non-tuner. He extends boards, makes a board of just 2 10 synchros into a 10 synchro and a 12 synchro, so he's very, very important. I might run a Miscellaneousaurus in this deck too, just to have more access to him. Next we got 2 TG Striker. This build takes a lot of inspiration from Stardust Yu-Gi-Oh's TG Warrior build. In that build he was running one of this, which I get the meaning behind it because you really only want to summon it off Isolde, but he can use himself to climb into Isolde too, and plus if you open him, the Isolde combo is dead and you really don't want that. Next up is the level 1 tuner of the deck, or the best level 1 tuner that TGs have, is TG Tank Rub. This guy is like a mini Doppel Warrior, and he's a tuner. So he can treat himself as a non-tuner to be used with TG Screw Serpent to go into stuff like Hyper Librarian And, you know, Star Guardian, and when he's sent to the grave, he can use his effect to summon out a token. Level 1 token, which is really important for making, like, level 2 synchro plays. But gotta run him. Some people are running him at 1, which I kind of understand for, like, the Halka Fibrax play, but since I'm not running Halka Fibrax, 1, because, you know, Isolde kind of does its job, and 2, like, I don't have it right now, so I still run 2 of them. I run 2 TG Drillfish as another non-tuner, you know, free special summon. It's kind of just more copies of Booster Raptor, and 1 TG Gear Zombie. Is he does come up free special summon of a tuner. He does help with summoning itself and tuning itself with the TG token. I was playing him at 2, but I feel like 2 is too much. I feel like this is perfect. At least for now. And that's it for the monsters. Going on to the spells, we run the Bamboo Engine. So we got 3 Golden Bamboo Sword, 3 Cursed Bamboo Sword, and 1 Broken Bamboo Sword. This is what starts your draw engine. With your Isolde, you send this and Phoenix Blade to the grave to summon your TG Striker and then just get draw power. These guys get insane. Like, I've had duels where I've resolved 3 of this and Pot of Avarice. And, like, I've never lost those duels. If you resolve 3 of these, you're gonna win that duel. That's it for the draw engine. Now on to the 3-ofs. We only have a couple. We only have like one 3-of spell that isn't the Bamboo Engine, and that's 3 Synchro Chase. This card is actually really insane in TGs because you can go into Satellite Warrior on your opponent's turn and they cannot respond to that effect because of this. So this card says your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the effects of your Synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in their original names, meaning Satellite Warrior cannot be responded to. And you're going to be popping a crap ton of cards. Usually it's around 2 cards, but you can set it up to where you're popping like 4 to 6 cards. And that's pretty insane. And this thing special summons a monster used for the Synchro summon of a Warrior, Stardust, or Synchron when that monster is summoned. So very, very important for the combo, which I will show off at the end of the deck profile. So this video might be a bit longer because of that. Anyway, going on into the Isolde, the other Isolde equips that aren't the Bamboo Engine, we got a Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, and a Living Fossil. So if you open up one, you can send the other, and Living Fossil is just utility, you know, free body. Who doesn't love that, right? And then we got the Power 1-ofs, which there are quite a few. We got Card Destruction, 1-for-1, Rhoda, Reborn, and Pot of Avarice. I would definitely play World Legacy Succession in this deck, but I do not have it, so that's why it's not in here. Same goes for Avarice. I got a build online that runs 3 of this. It's pretty insane. Like, I've resolved like more than one of them in a single duel, and it was nutty. But, you know, you can easily like cut out Card Destruction. But I still like Card Destruction because it fixes hands and it doesn't require grave setup. So yeah, these are the Power 1-ofs. Onto the only trap, I play 1 Scrap Iron Signal. I'm debating on whether to play another one of this, but it feels like 1 is just fine. Like, I don't want to open with it, you know? Like, I don't really want to open up too many, because that just clogs, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, you let me know. Should I run more of this, or less of this? So for now, I think 1's just okay. And that's it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. We got the few Link monsters. We got 2 TG Trident Launcher, This guy is insanity. This guy pretty much the reason why TG Synchro Spam is a possible deck. This guy is like needle fiber on crack, kind of like a junk speeder, but for TGs. I don't know if I can get the camera to focus. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon 3 TG monsters, one from your hand, one from your deck, and one from your grave in defense mode to zones this card points to. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except TG monsters. You can only use the effect of Trident Launcher once per turn. Your opponent cannot target TG Synchro monsters this card points to with card effects. So it kind of sucks that it locks you into TGs, but this card would have been insanity if it didn't do that. Wish it just locked into synchros. Then it would be like junk speeder, but you know, this card would have been awesome. And we got the one it sold, kind of filling in the role for needle fiber. But it does have the added the plus of adding a warrior to hand and kickstarting the bamboo engine. So she's a good girl. I like her very much. Now we got the big powerhouse synchros of the deck. We got Cosmic Blazar Dragon, Stardust Warrior, Satellite Warrior, TG Blade Blaster, and yes, I still play him, TG Halberd Cannon. So these guys are just big. You know, these 3 are negation, and this guy pops, and this dude's just like, you know, he's like a Cyframe Lord Omega. During your opponent's turn, he can tag himself out. And plus he gets protection from the TG Link monster as well as TG Halberd Cannon. But most of the time you're just going into these 3. These guys are just there just because, like, come on, when else are you going to play these guys, right? I've thought of, like, playing the TG Assault Mode stuff, and I am experimenting with that online. But I feel like that's better in, like, its own build rather than shoved in the warrior build. You know, just for consistency reasons. Now on to the lesser synchros. We got Trishula. He's kind of an oddball because he's more of a powerhouse than the other ones. In terms of, like, as an end board thing. But, I don't know, he's not, like, a big, like, quick effect disruption. He's just, like, he's just spot removal, pretty much. And now we have the main TG boys, not just like the big negation powerhouses. We have TG Hyper Librarian, which I'm so sad that this is at 1. Like, come on, Konami, still good at 1. Like, you're still gonna play him because you can draw like upwards of 6 cards in a turn with this guy. Like, you're not gonna just say no to that. Then we got 2 TG Star Guardian. This guy is insanity. He's a critical part of the combo. He's probably one of, if not the best, like, level 5 in the deck, next to TG Hyper Librarian. Then we got TG Power Gladiator. Pretty much is only played because we don't have a second Hyper Librarian. TG Wonder Magician for utility. And TG Recipro Dragonfly for the level 2. And this guy is how you're making Blazar or TG Halberd Cannon. So, still really important. I may switch out TG Wonder Magician for another Recipro Dragonfly because sometimes 2 of them comes up, but it's whatever either way. So that is the main and extra deck. Once again, this is very inspired by Stardust Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a great channel. Link down in the description. Does very cool replay videos and deck showcases and combo tutorials and whatnot. Actually, combo tutorial wasn't the correct term. Combo showcase. Yeah, that's the correct term. So make sure you sub to him. He's a cool lad. So let's. Why am I shuffling the deck? I'm not going to do a test hand. I'm just going to do a combo showcase. So the very basic combo is Connector, Forward, and TG Screw Serpent. 2 out of the 3 cards, being these 2, are interchangeable. Forward can be like TG Warwolf, and Screw Serpent can be Tank Grub. Where is it? Where's the Tank Grub at? Like, these two are interchangeable with these two, but for simplicity's sake, we're just gonna go with these three being the combo. Normal summon, or never mind, you special summon your TG, what's his face, right? You special summon Junk Forward. Normal summon your Neo Space Connector, activating his effect to summon out Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin from your deck. Where the hell is he? Come on. There you are. Neo-Spacian Aqua Dolphin. You rip a card if you want, but it's not that important. You'll link these two off into your... Why am I going in the main deck? I should be going in the extra deck. For Isolde, Two Tails of the Noble Knights. I get that on frame. Isolde effect will add either Connector or Junk Forward. It really doesn't matter. So you add Connector to hand. Then you use Isolde's effect, sending Cursed Bamboo Sword and Divine Sword Phoenix Blade to the graveyard. Where is it? To summon out your TG Striker from the deck. It is a warrior. Then you're gonna get your effect of Cursed Bamboo Sword off, adding a Broken Bamboo Sword. By the way, the Screw Serpent's still in your hand. Now you're gonna link TG Striker and Isolde off into your TG Trident Launcher. Trident Launcher's effect will go off, summoning a TG monster from your hand, a TG monster from your deck, being Tank Grub, and a TG monster from your graveyard, being TG Striker. Now you tune your TG Striker with your Junk Forward to summon out your TG Hyper Librarian. And it is important that it is Hyper Librarian, because otherwise you cannot make Star Guardian with Junk Forward. It requires a TG non-tuner. So now you tune your Screw Serpent with your Tank Grub to make your Star Guardian. Chainlink 1 Hyper Librarian, Chainlink 2 Star Guardian, Chainlink 3 Tank Grub. So Tank Grub is going to spawn you a level 1 TG token. Star Guardian is going to either add Screw Serpent or Tank Grub back to your hand. For simplicity's sake, we're going to add Tank Grub, but depending on what the rest of your hand look like, you'd go for Screw Serpent. So we'll also shuffle up and get a draw off of TG Hyper Librarian. Full and draw. Actually, you know what? Let's just reveal the cards we draw. Cursed Bamboo Sword. We can easily extend with that, but for simplicity's sake, I won't. We'll use Star Guardian's effect to summon TG Tank Grub, and now we'll tune Tank Grub with the Tank Grub token for a level 2 Synchro monster. That being TG Recipro Dragonfly. Hyper Librarian will get us another draw into another Screw Serpent. And now we'll tune Star Guardian and Hyper Librarian together to make TG Blade Blaster. Now Recipro Dragonfly will activate its effect, sending Blade Blaster to grave and summoning back the two materials used to make it. And now I will tune TG Star Guardian with Recipro Dragonfly and Hyper Librarian to make our TG Halberd Cannon. You don't have to make Halberd Cannon either. You can just wait until your opponent's turn to use TG Star Guardian's effect to quick synchro using these three rather, to go into your Cosmic Blazar Dragon. This is the better play because Cosmic Blazar is strictly a better card. However, you could also go into TG Halberd Cannon to get the targeting protection from Trident Launcher. And, you know, you could just go into him just for the hell of it, because it is TG's. Like, when else are you going to summon him, right? Anyway, that was the TG deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. So, a lot of y'all liked my zombie deck profile. And I hope you like this one just as much, if not better. This originally was going to be a Synchron deck profile, but I really, like, not wanted to do one recently because the ban list is just around the corner, and Jet Synchron is like a high contender for getting banned. And without Jet Synchron, that's a pretty big hit to Synchrons. Kind of sucks that the card is like talked about getting banned just because it's abused in meta decks like Eldritch Synchro. So it sucks. I'm gonna have to rethink like my Synchron deck, and I don't want to just upload the Synchron deck with Jet Synchron just for the next day to see Jet Synchron get banned and have my deck be irrelevant. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this TG deck profile. Hope you like Synchro as much as I do, and see you later. Peace.